The reason why we start our days with gratitude is because it helps give you armor for the day, for the nose, for the nastiness, for the, I don't know any other way to say it, but then just mean, evil people that want to take out on us what's been done to them in the past or what they hear from others. So you want to be able to practice gratitude because that'll help you remember what's important. I never used to practice gratitude, but since I started practicing gratitude, it has been amazing. And our hostess has joined us. So, Shalanna, we've done gratitude. If you want to go ahead and pick up with any company or team news.
My own time seems this morning. Do you want to repeat that again, Shannon? Sorry, I missed that.
That's okay. I'm trying to be quiet. I've been up all night and everybody else is still asleep. We've done gratitude. If you want to go ahead and pick up with any company or team news.
In regards to team news, as in what we have going on right now.
Exactly.
Well, we do have the top of the four, I do believe. So make sure, like, if you ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen here, like, go balls to the wall. We still have like 2 more days left. Yeah, today's Friday, so we have until Sunday, and don't be afraid to get people on Thrive, and talk about how it's making you feel, talk about how it's changing your life, and other people that in their lives, other people, yeah, that that it's changing, and getting those free accounts, $2 a credit, right? $2 in credits per account, right? Show up and have fun. And yeah, that's right. Auto ship is today, so it runs tonight. And don't be afraid to follow up with people. And those that may not have ordered Thrive in a while, don't be afraid to say, hey, auto ship is running tonight. If you want to put an order in, or if you want to change things up, like, it's scary in the beginning, but just own it, just do it, and just have fun when you're doing it.
I want to interject really quickly and just shout out Miss Star Goebel with this $2 credit thing. She just put it in the comments, 17 new accounts. She's gotten out 10 minis and has 3 new customers just because she did not give up and she pushed.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Star. I think that's all for the announcements. Now I'm going to talk to all of you beautiful ladies all about fear and excuses, and just like moving through it, and just honestly showing up in your power. And honestly, this is like one of my favorite subjects to talk about, just because if you've never done network marketing, or if this is something completely new for you, there's a lot of scarcity, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of like, I find a lot of times there's those excuses of showing up, there's like, oh, I'm scared, I don't want people to judge me, I don't want people to think that I'm in a scam. I'm using very these quotes, air quotes, and one thing that I honestly want to say is, like, I find that fear and excuses is a biz killer. That's my personal opinion. It's what I've seen and how it stops people. And then people honestly will give up on themselves because they say to themselves, oh, it's not working, because there's a fear. And you honestly have to ask yourself, like, are you showing up? Are you just embodying who you are unapologetically, authentically? I don't believe that stress or burnout or lack of sales is a reason why people aren't successful here. I truly believe it's the excuses that we bring. Oh, I'm not, I'm really busy, I have kids, I have work. We all at some point, or we're right now, we all are we all have another job, you know what I mean? Whether it's working, whether it's kids, their activities, our activities, there's always something that's coming up. And honestly, it's just moving through your fear, getting over the excuses. And let me tell you, I had every excuse underneath the sun. I'm too busy, I have to work, or people or friends would come up and I'd always want to go and spend time with them. Like, don't let those excuses get to you. Yes, showing up is scary, especially if you're doing it in the online space, and especially if, social media is not your forte. But honestly, have fun with it. I always, like, when I first started, and even this is just before doing Thrive, when I first joined the online, space, I always would, say my motto was dance with your fear, because when you dance with your fear, you're going to have more fun. At the end of the day, the fear is still going to be here, but when you dance with it, you're going to get through it a whole lot easier, and you're going to have fun. You're going to show up, you're going to learn, and you're going to challenge yourself whenever those fears come up. And then that's going to also help you, like, eliminate a lot of those excuses. And don't get me wrong, as we go through this business, we are going to hear people have those excuses. Money's tight. you know um yeah, it's not the right time. Ooh, that's expensive. Or, is it going to work? There's going to be other people that are going to have those excuses. And a lot of times I used to be scared to talk about the excuses. I literally would. I'd be like, ooh, I don't know what to do. I just let them, like, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. And then just leave it alone. And that's fine. You don't obviously want to harass them. We're not in the business of harassing people. We are in the business of sharing and showing why we love Thrive, why we love this business, why we love this community. So now what I do is I will listen to what their excuse is, and then I won't necessarily come back right away. But what I'll do is I will drop nuggets in my social media, in my stories, in my posts about how I would have excuses of not having the money. But then, you see them getting their hair done, getting their nails done. And don't get me wrong, self-care is very, very important. But this is also part of our self-care. So you have to pick and choose your poison, right? And the thing is I always will say, okay, well, this is why we can Thrive for free. Get 2 people on Thrive, talk about the referral program as much as you can. So when you have those opportunities, when people are saying, oh, it's too expensive, or, oh, I don't really know about it, I'll just stick to, like, my, Kirkland brand of vitamins, then this is the opportunity to do a little bit more research for yourself, where you sit up there and you look in the benefits and you ask your team, hey, does anybody have the comparison between cosmetic and pharmaceutical? You screenshot that and then you save it. You put it in a folder, you put it in your boards app, you put it somewhere where that you can go back to it, and you can be like, okay, for people that sit up there and say that they will stick to their Walmart brand or their Costco brand of vitamins because it's cheap. How is it? Okay, to each their own. But then this is where you show up in your power. This is where you show up in your bravery, and you're like, okay, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm saying. Not everyone's going to get it, and sometimes it's going to resonate for them because they're like, ooh, are they talking to me? Because, I mean, let me know in the chat if that's ever happened to you, where you've said something to someone and then all of a sudden you see something in their stories, in their posts, and you're like, ooh, are they talking to me? Or maybe I'm just the only one that's happened to, because there's so many times I see Katrina put her hand up while she's on there. Get it, girl. I've seen that's happened to me before. I'm like talking to people and I say, or I have an excuse and I'm like, oh, sorry, like, this isn't for me right now, or no, I don't want to, or whatever the excuse is. And then later on, I'm watching their story and it's like they're talking to me because I just had that excuse, or I just said something to them. Don't be afraid to show up. Now, how many of you, because I'm just going to ask, how many of you have struggled showing up in social media? And I ask this question just because this is sometimes a scarcity for many people, a lot of people just have that fear of just, showing up in their stories, whipping out their phone and just like talking like, like it is. And the reason why I ask this question is because there's many people, and we just need to be honest with ourselves. The minute you're honest with yourself, that's when you can honestly just say, okay, how can I switch it? How can I have fun with it? How can I do more things where I show up in my power? Okay. I'm just going to quickly read the comments. I need to be more consistent with lives, lacking consistency. Okay. And you know what? I'm just holding the space for you because it's not easy showing up and talking in your stories. It's not easy, being consistent sometimes, especially when you're new. Okay, and all I want to say is just own it. Create yourself a schedule. Like I have calendars upon like notebooks in my house that really just help me get more clear in showing up, especially on my stories. That's why we have little guidelines in here. Monday is mantra, Monday is motivation day, Tuesday is transformation day, Wednesday is wellness. Now if you want to spin it on your own in your own way, then I strongly encourage you, because I used to do like Wednesday was winning days, like celebrate a win. If it's not necessarily a wellness day, what are you winning at? If it's making your bed, if it's getting up early, if it's like not killing your kids today, not smuggling them because, they're annoying you, whatever the win is, celebrate that. Just be like, you guys, I'm coming in today to say happy Wednesday. Today is a celebration day. What are you winning at? Let me know in the comments. Create that interaction in your stories or in your posts or in your lives, because then that's where some people are just going to be like, oh man, thanks for this, I really needed this. Oh, I always say that, Star, not killing your kids, even though I don't have kids, not killing my plants. I didn't kill my plants this week. Yes, they're still alive. And showing your personality, the more you show your personality, that is where you show up more in your power. You become more brave. You allow people to just be like, to see that this is why you love thriving, because you are the product of the product. You are just saying, you know what, I'm doing things uncomfortable, I'm doing things scared, I have no idea what I'm doing, but you know what, this is me showing up, and this is me learning, this is me challenging myself, because at the end of the day, this is what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about doing the things that I'm doing, and the only way to get comfortable is to get uncomfortable. That is honestly the only thing. Like I used to be so uncomfortable showing up in these in my stories, because I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. But the thing is, none of us are going to know what we're talking about, but you have to start. And the minute you start and you do it every day, you're going to get comfortable. You're going to have so much fun. And then you're going to have things that you're going to talk about. You're going to share the things that you're passionate about. When I did the Destination to 40K, one thing that Stacy and even Lisa talked about so many times was sharing your 5 things. And even if if any of you are in the basic back to basic boot camps, one of the things was that Stacy had talked about in one of her days, I think it was day 8, was what are your top 5 things? Get clear with yourself on the 5 things that make you you, the things that make you tick. If you have more than 5 things, cool, write that down and then look at, like, analyze that. Look and be like, okay, what are the 5 things that you love the most? And for me, I personally believe it's 5 things, because there's like Monday to Friday. You can talk about different things throughout the day. Or you can pick one thing, for the week, and then every week we can rotate it. But remember, pick the things that make you you, and then talk about it. If you love to organize, share it. If you love to plant or garden, share those things. Even if it is in the middle of winter, you can still plant fruit or what are those things? Herbs in your house. You can talk about your kids and maybe the activities that they're doing, because they make you you. Get specific on the things that make you you, because the more you're specific, the more you show up in your power, the more you're like, okay, you know what, today I'm doing all of these things. Mario games, yes, boy sports, or how they love to like dig in dirt, or that you like to camp. Own who you are, because the more you own who you are, the more you showcase that, the more you stand up in your confidence, the more you believe in yourself, the more you see, the more people are going to see that you're like, okay, wait a minute, this girl has changed. What are you doing that's different? And they could be like, girl, I've started a morning routine that is just changing my life, that is giving me power, that's giving me confidence, it's giving me my glow. Because that is one thing that I've learned. Like, I've been in this business for just over a year, and I'm learning so much every day. And the more I learn, the more I love to showcase it. You know, if you are inconsistent doing your stories, then this is the chance. If start small, give yourself grace. But one thing I always say is, you know, do maybe every three days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then on the weekends, pick a day. You know, the more you are consistent with yourself, the more it's going to show up, and you're just gonna, it's just gonna be like clockwork. It's just gonna be like taking your Thrive every day. Good morning, you guys. Happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy Thursday. I'm a hot mess express. You know, what, choose a slogan that makes you you, that you can run with it, and it reminds you to show up every day. My slogan is I'm a hot mess express. I show up, you know, just sometimes looking like a hot mess, you know, and that's okay. People are going to know that you are just showing up in your power. Be authentic to who you are. And that also is going to give you the confidence, the clarity, and the power to talk to people. And it's also going to have you show up and being like engaging with people. Let me know also if how you are with your engagement. Drop a 2 in the chat if engagement or engaging with new people scares the poop out of you. I don't want to say, you know, the other word. If it scares you, be honest, because a lot of times engaging with people, with new people, building more people into your network is terrifying, because you're like, I don't know what to say to them. I don't know how to talk to them. Like, these people are new. They're probably going to think I'm a Fruit Loop. Because I mean, that's how I thought. But here's the thing is, find things that resonate with you. Okay. If you, the top 5 things that make you you, that's why there's hashtags. You can go and search into them, and you can be like, okay, camping. I remember I saw somebody say, I think it was Star, who said that she enjoyed camping. That was one of her 5 things. Okay. Now, if camping is one of your 5 things, then get niche down a little bit more with camping. Is it glamping? Is it, you know, summer camping? Whatever is your forte. If it's like, you know, campground camping, then what you can do is you can go into that hashtag, and then you can find posts that resonate for you, and then comment on those with full-blown authenticity. Be your genuine self. If you see somebody who's camping in a campground that has a beautiful scenery and that resonates to you, then comment on that. That's how you build that connection. That's how you bring more people into your network. And then you just show up. That's how you start the conversation. You know, tenting with a condo tent. Hey, do your thing. Condo tenting. You know what I mean? Backyard tenting. That's how you create that relationship. And no one's saying that you have to pop into their DMs and just instantly talk about Thrive. Build a relationship. Get them talking with you. Oh, what else do you like to camp? What else do you do? And then before you know it, there's going to come a time where they're going to say something. That's why I always say, listen first. And let me tell you, I like to talk, clearly. I like to talk. But one thing that I've learned in this business is the more you pay attention, the more you listen, that's when certain things are going to pop up, when they say, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, you know, people at work are irritating me. You know, and then you could be like, girl, I know we've been talking for a little bit, and it would be a disservice of me to not share what I'm doing and how it's helping me. And I would love to talk to you about doing a 3-day mini experience. Now, when it comes to your mini experience, if you're going to charge, this is my personal thing, okay? Because like a lot of people are always saying, charge for those mini experiences. Now, I always say mini experience, because when you say sample, in people's brain, they think free. So if you're going to give it away for free, say sample. But if you want to charge for it, if you want people to put some skin in the game, experience, trial pack. Because in that way, people are going to hold themselves accountable. Whether it's $20 for a 3-day mini experience, $50 for a 7-day or a 5-day, whatever the cost is, honestly, just that's how you get more people in there, if that makes any sense. I see a bunch of messages and I want to read it. It doesn't scare me, but I need to be more intentional in finding ways to engage. Yesterday, I shared a post about pillows in my bed. Hello, engagement. Who knew? Yes. See, and one thing that I learned too is create yourself interactive questions every day. Have yourself, like Stacy says it all the time, for the past 6 years, she asks interactive questions and make it realistic to your life. Like I asked a question yesterday and I haven't even checked yet. But the thing is, it's like one time, it's like, when you find yourself aimlessly scrolling and you find yourself watching certain reels or certain TikToks, I get emotional. I get in my feels over dog videos, over, good neighbors interacting with their neighbors. And I posted that. Whether people engage with it right now, that is an interactive post, because you're asking people, do you get emotional just like me, or am I just an emotional being? Have those engaging questions. Ask yourself those questions write yourself down those questions like once a week. Figure out some interactive questions that you can post on your stories, in your posts, on Facebook, so that people can interact with you. That's how you get your engagement up, and then people can start commenting. Don't be afraid. That's how you show up in your power. I think I'm talking too much. Is that good, Shannon? Oh gosh.
You're doing great. Keep going.
Okay, perfect. Now, when it comes to those interactive questions, don't be afraid. And I think it was Stacy who had said, make them realistic to your life. Make them realistic to your life. Yes, use National Day posts, it's International Women's Day, or it's international, what's I saw one recently, I think it was wear your jersey day or whatever, right? Whatever it is, make it realistic though to your life.
Today is actually National Dress Your Pets Day and Organize Your House Day.
Exactly. Those are great things, especially if that resonates with you. If you are someone who loves to organize, then ask your audience, which room is your favorite part to organize? Your bedroom, your bathroom, your living room, your kitchen. That's a question poll right there. And then what you can do is you can go into the DMs with the people that are interacting with you, and then you can start a conversation. It doesn't have to be Thrive related. Keep in mind, all these questions are non-Thrive related. Non-Thrive related. And then that'll help you build that conversation, build those DMs, build the genuine connection. Be honest with yourself and have fun with it. Honestly, have fun with it. That is one thing that I want to say. Don't pressure yourself or feel that you have to make this work. If it's work, then you're not having fun. If that makes any sense. Yeah, in my brain it makes sense, but sometimes when I speak out loud it doesn't. But honestly, have fun with this. Be yourself and show up. The more you show up, the more people are going to be like, I really enjoy what you're doing. People are going to start dropping in messages. Girl, thanks for showing up. You're really changing. I see the glow. I see the transformation. And then that is where you can screenshot that and you can save that as a transformation post, a winning post, a celebrate a winning Wednesday share in your stories. The more you show up, people are going to see that. The more you face your fears, people are going to see that. Let go of your excuses, because the excuses are honestly what's going to stop you from showing up in your power. Have yourself, have fun. Have fun. And if those excuses are coming up, or if the fear is coming up, that's why you have those daily income producing activities. Talk to a leader, talk to a sideline and be like, girl, how do you get through that? How did you push through that fear? Talk to someone that's in this business so that you guys can go through this together. They always say to connect with your leader, because connecting with your leader is really going to empower you, is really going to push you. I need some help. I need some guidance. Let me tell you, over the past 6 months, I have connected with my leader like there's nobody's business, because I want this. And when you want this, you're going to show up. You don't care. You're going to be like, oh, I need you. Like my leader's here too. Steph, I need your help. Steph, this customer, I don't know what to do. Help me with this. Shannon, this is so confusing. I don't know what to do here. Can you talk to me? Can you share this with me? Because at the end of the day, we're all here together to work as a team. There's no I in team. Well, I heard this in a movie recently. I watched it in Bad Boys 3. There's no I in team, but there's I in another word, but I can't really say it right now because it may not be appropriate. But but I'm just gonna say it because it's who I am. There's no I in team, but there's I in dickhead, you know? But just be yourself. We are a team. So let's work together as a team. If you got questions, ask your leader. Don't be afraid to ask your leader. Don't be afraid to ask a sideline, to be like, hey girl, I don't know. I know we're not on the same team, but I would love to do a live with you. I would love to pick your brain on these things because I see you showing up. I'm so sorry. I know I had to say it because I just had to. Don't be afraid to use your team. We're not in a, we are teammate, we're not self-made. We're here to grow and to help each other. And if you feel stuck, then we have to support one another. Because at the end of the day, we don't want each other to feel stuck. We want to see each other's business grow. If you have a lead, if you have a new promoter and you don't know how to, like Lisa and Stacy talked about last night, if you were on that dream team, is like, you have to, if you're not good at closing, use somebody else that's good at closing. If you need help with verbiage and with your wording, ask somebody for screenshots to be like, I need help, I don't know how to say this. And then what you do is you practice using the same verbiage every day. That's what I literally did. Simplify your messages. Don't word vomit them, simplify it, because the more you practice, the more you're going to gain confidence. That's when you're going to push through your fear. You're going to be like, people are like, so what is that Thrive thing that you're doing again? And you're going to just see how it's going to compound. People are going to start showing up and you'll be like, oh girl, it's Thrive is this way, Thrive is that. I remember when people were like, ask me, well, how much is it? And I'd get so scared to say the price. And I'd be like, oh girl, let me tell you, it's less than a cup of coffee a day. Literally, that is my slogan now every time. And then people are like, oh, okay, can you send me the link? Perfect. You don't need to make it like long and complicated, because then that's when you lose them. People like short, sweet, and simple, especially if they're changing. One thing I heard is change is already, I think Maria talked about it in the leadership meeting, or the leadership call on Tuesday. People that want change want it simple. They don't want it complicated. So simplify your responses. If you find that your response is a long scroll, and when I say long scroll, I mean it's like an epistle when you read it and it's like long, that means you need to simplify it to 2 to 3 sentences, boo. Keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it short, keep it simple, keep it sweet, just like you. And I think I'm done for today.
How did you know I was short? Okay, we still got a couple minutes. We can definitely end early today. Does anybody have any questions for Shalanna? Unmute, do not be afraid, and
yes,
just
I'm an
ask
open
away.
book. If you have any questions, ask, or you'll never know. That's one thing. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. If you have questions, don't be afraid to be like, okay, I need help because I don't know how to do this. I need can you show me how to do this? I need guidance. Can you guide me through this? Like, there's so many times I've sent screenshots to my leader, to Steph, and I was like, Steph, I don't know how to do this. How do I respond to this? I've tried everything under the book. Like, I had one customer who was just having an awful experience with shipping. And rather than me sweating and just being so angry, that the old me would be annoyed, would be angry. I'd be like, okay, you know what? There's not much I can do. I can just give her my response. I can let her know that this is what I'm doing. And then I can connect to my leader. Because at the end of the day, that's all that you can do.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
What are you, we want to get the $2 and we also want to get the 4 people. I'm always not sure whether I should be sending out a message that says, enroll or sample.
Are you talking about for a free customer account?
Yeah, for these $2 accounts.
Yeah, for a free customer account.
I think it just depends on what you want to do. Me personally, I think if you do a quick giveaway, whether it be a bottle of Sculpt or a bottle of Chill or even Detox, whatever it is that you want to do, then what you can do is just say, if you want to win this bottle, I'm doing a quick you know, impromptu giveaway, and the giveaway, you can do it today so that on Sunday you can do the giveaway, or actually scratch that, on Monday you can do a giveaway, you can announce the winner, and then everybody has to give you your email by Sunday. And then what you can do is you can get in the DMs and be like, oh, this is perfect, thank you for giving me your email address. Now what I need to do in order to be one of the giveaway winners, I need to create you a free account. That's where you can start the conversation in the back in the DMs, and then you ask for all of their information, their full name, their I don't think you need their address for a customer account. No, their full name, their email address, their phone number, because you need their phone number for it to be verified. And then what you're going to do is you're going to and I think, what else do you need? I think that's all you need. You just need
That's all
that.
yeah, that's great. I love it.
And then what you do is you create the account for them, and keep their username and their password simple. That's what I do for certain people. Okay, I asked them, I said, I'm going to create you a free account. Can I
Do
create
it for everybody.
Yeah,
They
you can
don't do it.
Exactly. Then you do it. And then what you do is you write down their password and their username. So you keep it simple. If their name is like, for example, I'm just going to use Shannon. If their name is like Shannon Smith, okay, and let's just say, I mean, there's so many Shannon Smiths out there, right? You can go Shannon 1-2, Shannon 12. And then what I do is for their password, keep it simple. You can use their first name and then go _123, because you need like a one of those stupid little thingies. I don't know what it's called. I can't think of it right now. Those asterisk 9 signs or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and then you
I
need a
got one
number.
step easier. I just do the same thing as their username. I just capital it and then
Exactly.
put a 1 and a $sign, because I like dollar. It always
Exactly, Elaine. Exactly. Keep it simple. And then there you have it, is you have their username and their password. And then what I do is I write it down just in case, because keep in mind, some people don't manage their own accounts. Like I manage 2 of my customers' accounts. I say, hey girl, your auto ship is about to run. Do you want to change? Do you want to add anything? And they're like, oh, honestly, can you change this for me? Or actually, can you push it? I'm good on inventory, or I'm good on things. So you're like, perfect. And then you can go in there and then you change it for them. You screenshot when it's done, and then they know. That's how you also build that trust with them. You build that the know, like, and trust factor, especially if they're new.
Thank you. You're amazing.
I try. Thank you very much.
Before Jessica asks his question, because I've seen her unmute, Star, do you do anything differently with what you've been doing?
Yes, I was actually trying to find a text replacement that I've been sending to people. So guys, what I've been doing, I tried a giveaway, but that did not go anywhere. So I tried a different route. I took Melissa Toomey's advice, and she said to send a message that she created and put up to anybody in my story archive. So everybody has a story archive. If you don't know how to find it, you need to figure it out, because that's how I got all my minis out and my customers and my possible promoter. So what I do is I get on my Facebook, go to story archive, and look at all the people that viewed your 3 steps in your story, whether it was a poll or like a little video you did or like a boomerang. And I sent a message, because that to me, if they viewed my 3 steps, that is not a cold message, because they're interested, they're watching your story. So what I do is I just sent tons of the same message to each of those viewers. And if you guys do that, you have tons of viewers in your stories, because stories is where it's at. That's why I said, I think it was Heidi, make sure you start with a poll today in your story, because it definitely helps. It like doubles your views. Then you can see everybody that sees it. So that's what I focused on. And that's what I've been doing these past however many days it's been, and it's been working. So I feel like if it's been working for me, it might work for one of you guys. So you could give it a try. Go back to your story archive, click on where you posted your 3 steps. And I was trying to find the message. I will mute and try to find it, and I'll put the verbiage in here, exactly what Melissa had advised to send. You can change it up a little bit depending on how much you want to send the mini out for.
Instead of putting it in here, put it in the comments on this post on the Dream Team 2021 page.
Okay. Shannon, can you tag me so then I know when
Yes.
it's there? Okay, because then I'll know where to find it. So yeah, I just been doing that and it's been working for me, and maybe it could work for somebody else too.
There is one thing that I too wanted to say, which I mean, that was a great way it started, like pinpointed that too. Like, don't be afraid to use your archives, especially if I hope, Star, you're referring to, if I could correct me if I'm wrong, if you're talking about Instagram, because Instagram, you can.
No, actually don't use Instagram. I don't know how to check the archive. I actually use Facebook. So I'll listen to you because I might want to try Instagram now.
Instagram, when it comes to your archives with Instagram, that too is super easy. I'll have to pick your brain on that one. Star, I think I know how to with Facebook, but I have to double check. I prefer using Instagram. And also keep this in mind, choose a platform you want to use and run with it, learn it. If you want to use Instagram, learn it. Take some time, like if you're watching, like, if the kids are asleep and the husband's asleep and you're having some me time, okay, or the partner's asleep and you have some me time, and you want to just turn on your Real Housewives or your Yellowstone, your Bridgerton, whatever you want, this is an opportunity for you to take your phone and learn something, mindlessly scroll. Now, when it comes to Instagram, what you do is you go to your profile, okay, and you see those 3 dots, you hit those 3 dots or those 3 lines. And when you hit those 3 lines, it'll show you archives. So when you click on your archives, then it'll give you 3 different like columns you can choose from. Pick the middle one. And then what you do is it'll give you your whole month's worth. It'll give you your whole month's worth of everything that you've talked in your stories. And then it'll show up like this, and then it'll give you like little bubbles of every day that you've talked into. My internet or something is going slower than life itself. It's that Mercury retrograde that we're about to enter into. But that's
Hey,
how
so I wanted to interject. So that's kind of the same with Facebook because you go to your profile, you'll click on 3 dots on the right side of your profile, and then you come up to a left sidebar with a list, and you click on archive, and you'll find it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Now,
Yeah.
Jessica
I
had a
did.
question, I think.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hi. So what you were talking about a little bit earlier, thank you, about talking to people and setting up their account and stuff like that. It kind of, to me, tied in a little bit about what Lisa and Stacy were talking about last night, like the accounts and closing and stuff like that. I find that when I talk to people, I know one of the first things we need to do is get that free account set up, and get that going. And that's been going pretty well. But I've noticed that once that account is set up, they're done talking. Now they're wanting to look. So anything going forward with special pricing that I would continue with, because I don't really want to get into pricing until they have the account too. I don't know how I should be doing this. I don't know if I should be talking about pricing I don't know how to get it to where the conversations doesn't stop, but I still have that free account. Like, I don't want them to say, oh my gosh, it's too expensive. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Now, one thing that I've done, now keep in mind, everybody is different. Like, you have to work with your network. You have to work with the people that are creating free accounts with you. For me, it just depends on their budget, depends on where they're at. We don't want to just automatically assume that everyone doesn't, everyone like is the same, right? What I usually do, and I think they mentioned it, I don't know if it was last night or whatnot, but I've always heard, like, you don't talk to them about pricing. You just get them to create it. And if they sit up there and say it's too expensive, like, let's just say, for example, they try a 3-day mini experience, right? And then what I've always done sometimes is, especially when it's a new person, you just be like, hey girl, or hey buddy, whatever it is. I actually was able to find $20 in credits. So on your first order, let me know when you place an order in, and I've got $20 off for you, right? And
But
then
that's the thing, they're not saying it's too expensive because we're not even getting quite to that, because once the account is set up, they are wanting to be on their own. They're done wanting to talk about my price. They're done. They want to do their own research on the site.
So let them do their own research, but it's still important to continue that relationship with them, to continue to follow them, to continue to, message them weekly. That's why engaging with them is so important, whether it's on Facebook or it's on Instagram. When you have a list, it's really important to keep them on your daily routine of following up with them. And it doesn't have to be Thrive related. It could just be about getting to know them, seeing if they post, if they share things. And if they don't at that point, you just need to continue showing up. And there's going to come a time when there's going to be a promo. If you know that what their goals are, if you're asking them and you're connecting with them on the regular, then what'll happen is whenever there's like promos and stuff like that, you already know that you can send them a message to be like, hey girl, there's a new promo that just landed today. Just want to let you know that you can save 30% off for this weekend only. And then what you do is you continue to engage with them. At the end of the day, they have to make that plunge to want to purchase. You can only do so much if they don't want to message you after, because you're going to get people that are going to ghost you. You're going to get people that are going to be like, oh no, they'll look at it and then they'll just drop off. But the more you continue to engage with them and the more you continue to keep them in mind, that is where one day they're just going to show up and they're going to be like, okay, I'm ready to place an order. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready for the 4-week experience. But you also have to remember to keep engaging with them, because sometimes it's going to happen where they're just going to look at it and they're just going to they're not gonna message you, which is why engagement is so important, which is why following up with them whenever there's a promo, even if they ghost you, you still have them on your back burner. Like I have someone who's like, I gave them the 3-day mini experience and they're like, well, financially I can't afford it. I was like, okay, well, I do have a $20 credit for you when you're ready. But I still let her know every time there's a promo, every time, because there's going to be that one time that they're going to want it and they missed out on that promo because we forgot to tell them. That's where you have to own doing it scared and just messaging them anyways, especially if you have like your list of top 5, top 10 people that you connect with on a regular basis whenever there's promos, because they want to know. I hope that helps.
That was
I've had
perfect.
this
Thank you.
happen
It
to
did.
me. Oh, I'm sorry, Jessica, one second. I've had this happen to me too. So I make sure now that I'm telling people when they make their account or I make their account for them, I say, look, I know you're going to want to go look at all the things, but when you're ready, let me help you specifically make a package to your needs and give you my discounts. So don't pay attention to those prices and let me know what your goals are. So I'm able to help find a package that fits your specific needs. And that's actually helped keep the conversation going. And I cut you off. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that makes sense too. I like that too, because it, like you said, it keeps the conversation going. Thank you, ladies, very much.
You're very welcome. And also too, like to jump to say what Shannon said too as well, is keep in mind though too, it's like that's when you can talk about the auto ship program, to be like, when you don't worry about the prices, but at the same time, when you get on the auto ship program, you're going to save those 20%, and then you can say, and this is what I do with my customers too, is like, I will always remind you either the day of or the day before when the auto ship runs, just so that if you need to change anything, don't say delete, just in case you want to change anything, then you have the time to go through before it runs. The minute you say delete, then they're automatically going to delete it. When you just say, if you want to change anything, then you can change it, because that means if they need to change some of their products, or if they want to pause it because they don't need anything else, that's when you can go in there and talk to them. Hey girl, your auto ship is actually going to be running tomorrow night. Do you want to change anything? Do you want to add anything? Do you want to try anything? What do you want to do? Hey, can we actually move it to next month? Because I don't need anything right now. Perfect. That's if you handle their account. Or they can say, or actually, I'm going to change it. Like my one customer who's been having so many shipping problems, she has messaged me. She's like, I'm going to delete my auto ship. Hey, don't delete it. Because if you delete it, you're going to lose the 20%, then you have to start all over again. Let me show you how you can change it. Let me show you how you can skip this month and move it to next month. And she's like, oh, okay. And then you go back into your back office and you see that she has moved it. encourage the auto ship program, because then that's going to also save them the 20%. When they first create an account, they're going to see where it might say, like, I'm in Canada, so they'll see where it says, so for example, our vitamins will say $80.48. But when the minute they click the auto ship program, it's going to instantly save that 20. And it's going to be now, or I think that's the new price, but I can't remember what the old price is. But the minute they click auto ship, it's going to instantly save them 20%. So keep that in mind. So don't be afraid to talk about the auto ship program, because the minute the auto ship program, the minute you talk about it, then they'll be like, oh, 20%. So the first month is going to be more than my auto ship months. Perfect. And then that's why, and then when they are returning customers and they order every month, that's when you can send them little goodies, especially in the things that they haven't tried, like whether it be a recharge DFT or some thirst or some form. That's where, and then that gives them to be like, ooh, this is really good. I need to try this. I need to try that. And then it keeps them ordering every month. Or you send them credits. If you don't have a lot of credits, that's when you can use your upline, use your sideline, use your team to be like, hey, does anybody have an extra $5 in credits that I can send a customer? Boom. That's how you build a relationship. Any other questions? Oh, and I did see Heidi actually mention a post about creating your own promo. You know, one thing I remember hearing in a call with Jason is, don't always wait for the company to drop a promo. Create your own promo, create your own team promotion. And if you're not too sure how to do it, don't be afraid to ask. Like, I've created a team promo for the month of January, because there's nothing wrong with creating your own team promo, utilizing your team. Again, there's no I in team, but there's I in, you know what, dickhead, but we are a team. Say that
I'm
again,
sorry.
Shan? Oh, but there's always way to create your own promo within your team. If there's just you, yourself, and I in your team, that's okay. Create a promo. Who cares? Offer that 25%. Don't be afraid to use your upline or to use your team and be like, you guys, I really want to do a team promo, but I don't have enough credits that's going to help me help my new customers save that 10% or that 15%. That's why we are a team. Utilize it. Ask your team for help. That's how you get more people in your network. That's how you get more people underneath you. That's where you can get yourself thriving for free. All the things under the sun. And I think that's what I'm going to say. Sorry, I had to.
Does anybody else have any more questions?
Just remember, I don't have a question. Just remember that we are in this to help people, and just send the message and keep sending it, because you'll find the right person and they'll pay for it when they're ready. So just keep going with those messages and keep running what you deserve.
Like that, what, go for no? To get an
Yes, it's perfect.
actual
That's good.
no, it's like almost impossible.
And don't be upset about it, because I used to almost cry when I got a no. I don't care anymore. I just go to the next person. So
That one, I want to actually touch on that just before we end. That is so true. Don't be afraid of the no's. The no's, you're going to get so many no's, and that's going to give you the confidence. The more you get those no's, there's going to be yeses too. Don't be afraid, okay? Don't be afraid to get the no's. I used to be the same way. Anytime you start, and I guarantee you, every leader used to be like, oh man, they used to get no's too. But the no's are going to encourage you even more. That's where you're going to be able to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to be like, you know what? You're a no. That's okay. There's going to be another yes. There's going to be 2 more yeses, but you also have to own it. That's okay. People are going to say no, but it doesn't mean no to the product or no to you. It just means the no right now. They don't know more. They don't know enough about it. And at the end of the day, if they really are hungry to change, trust me, they're going to be hitting you up soon, but you need to also show up in your power. Why do they want to get it from you? Why do they want to buy from you? Keep that in mind. The more you show up, the more you're in your power, the more you let go of your fears and you dance with them, people are going to gravitate towards you, because they're like, oh, I really like what this girl has to offer. She's just like me. She's a hot mess, or she's got kids, or, you know, she's got multiple cats like me. She's got multiple dogs. Her house looks like a shit show. You know what? don't be afraid to own it. People want to see the real you. The more you show the real you, they're going to gravitate towards you. The no means not right now, but the more you show up and you show why you love thriving, why this is helping you, why you have a full case of all of your products, they are going to gravitate towards you. Show up. Don't shut up. Show up. Don't shut up. Keep that in mind.
And then one more thing, this is the last thing I'll add. Just know that when you're in their messenger, that also means that they're going to see everything you're posting in your stories and everything that you have in your timeline. It'll pop up first. So get in the messenger. That's really important too. So when you get a no, just think, hey, they're receiving my stuff now, so it's okay.
Sorry, you and I need to talk about maybe doing the 24th for messages. Well, ladies,
Okay.
yay. I'm going to go ahead and end it. But I want to remind everybody, let me know what you guys want to hear about. These women are bringing the fire. Next month, we have a gentleman that will be running our Zoom. This Monday coming up, it's been a hot minute, but Miss Megan Holcomb will be our host. I want to shout out Shalanna. Thank you for showing up today. You are amazing. Keep doing what the hell you're doing because it's working.
Thank you. And if you ladies have any questions, or gentlemen, if whoever's watching this on replay, don't be afraid to hit me up in my DMs, okay? I will always answer. Will I answer right away? I don't know. It just depends. Depends on if I'm working. But don't be afraid to hit me up. I am an open book, okay? Whether it be Facebook, whether it be Instagram, I'm here to help. I'm always here to answer any questions if you need help. I may not always have the answer right away, but I will for sure find it for you, because like I said, I will always be a team player. Even if I don't have the answer right away, I got you in any way that I can. We may not be on the same team, but we are ultimately on the same team because we're here to help people.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Happy Flex Friday, and we'll see you Monday.
Bye.
Bye.